and welcome back to our playthrough of Exile, Escape from the Pit. So last time where we left off was we cleared out the stagnant tunnels located in the river, the waterfall of Warrens, excuse me. And that was actually the only place here, as far as we know. Pretty big area, but really this is the only actual dungeon that we found. And what was cool about this place was this was where at least probably a large amount of the forced expedition actually met their end here. So specifically the group led by Thornhill, or maybe he led the entire expedition, and then the specific people that followed him into this place. So anyway, what we found, which was pretty cool, was a mysterious orb that supposedly allows you to fly. Obviously, I'm not sure if we can test it without identifying it, but we're going to test this as soon as we can. In fact, if we go ahead and disable the sounds, and that's actually kind of a problem. So last episode, we didn't realize that we were like running out of food, because every time you go down a waterfall, if we save the game, I meant to disable the sounds. I'm sorry about that. Okay, you were supposed to lose food. Okay, that's strange. Maybe it's like not guaranteed. Let's try it again. Okay, so we lost food, but it wasn't as much as I was thinking. So maybe you lose a percentage of your food. That might be how it works best. So every time you move through a waterfall, you do lose food. So again, we had like 2,700 food. Now we're down to 143. So that is a slight decrease, you might say. But anyway, let's go ahead and try to head west and see if we can see where this goes. And sooner or later we do need to definitely get to a town so we can identify the items that we got, and etc. I still don't know where this came from. In fact, maybe we can take a look at what it does. It gives fire resistance. It's only a defense of 5, which is not anything crazy. It does have 0 encumbrance though, which is actually pretty good. Like if we compare that to a cloak of protection, okay, so not as good, but you know, that gives poison resistance, so as opposed to fire resistance. How does that compare to Iron Chainmail? Defense of 9, okay. But that gives a 2 encumbrance, so anyway, that's kind of cool. But let's continue on. And really, in this episode, we're just going to continue. We're just going to be continuing our exploration efforts. Although I probably would need to make a trip down to a town with cheap food, because we're all going to run out pretty soon. But okay, so this just connects over here, which is kind of what we suspected, because we never did go this way, and so this just links up there. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and see if we can test out the orb without identifying it. It might work, it might not. Okay, you rise into the air, and we can fly. That is pretty neat, I have to say. Don't know. Okay, so let's test how. I assume that there's no limit on how many times you can use this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you land on 6. Okay, that's good to know. So basically, we can actually get to quite a few places now that was blocked off by water. I can't think of any areas in particular that this would give us access to, but I think there was some areas with like lava that was kind of difficult to get by, so maybe that could be useful. Let's go ahead and give it to our mage. That just seems kind of fitting. And also, we don't want to drop this thing. That would be really bad. I'm not even sure if you can drop it, but let's not try to find out. I wonder if, because we are flying, if we can evade enemies on the world map. That's also something to test out at some point. Okay, but anyway, before we continue our exploration of basically the area west of the town of Bolga, we are going to go down to Blask and probably identify and sell stuff, and also go down to one of those southern towns to buy a bunch of food. So when we do that, and we come back here, I'll just fast forward through that, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so we are back, and this is a little different from what I was planning, but so there's a few things that we did. So we bought a bunch of food, probably too much, but we have so much gold, and every time we sell stuff, we max out on gold, and then we try to sell more stuff, and we're just losing gold. So it's like, might as well buy a bunch of food. Of course, if gremlins and waterfalls take food based off percentages, and of course this is not a good plan. But again, we have so much gold, it's not really something to really be worried about. But before we get back, since we do have the Orb of Thornil, which does protect you against combat against enemies. When you land, of course, they can attack you, but if you are still flying, they actually can't, which is a cool feature. Before we do that, since we have the orb, I thought we would try to see what is in this place. This is one example of where the orb would come in handy, so let's go ahead and save the game. And use it. Okay, rise into the air. And okay. Ceiling too low. Okay, never mind. I thought that would be a perfect place to use it, but apparently not. Let's try the other way. Okay, that works. Okay, interesting. Okay, this might have been a bad idea. On this broad ledge over the lava, you see a remarkable sight. Clearly there was a battle here of horrifying magnitude. However, the battle is not over. It has been frozen. The battle was between humans, mainly wizards and demons. The demons outnumber the humans, most of whom are dead. A fireball hangs over them in mid-air, motionless. How the battle is going is, however, entirely mute. The combatants stand utterly still. A thick layer of soot covers them. While the human forces are in ruins, one person captures your attention. He was a mage, perhaps, lying at the border of the frozen area. Clutched in his hand is a crystal wand. Okay, so I think we all know what's probably gonna happen. If we take the wand, everybody will probably unfreeze and we will have to fight a bunch of demons. If we search the battlefield, I'm not sure what this would do. Let's go ahead and I guess try it. Did we save the game? I think we did. Pretty sure. We could check though. We don't really have an option yet, so we can save it there. I guess that's fine. Okay, you gingerly move forward, trying to look around while staying as far away from the demons as possible. Unfortunately, the moment you get close enough to look, the battle comes back to life. The demons take only a moment to finish off the pathetic human resistance, and then they turn on you. Before they attack, however, you manage to grab the wand. Okay, so we got a wand. Possibly good. Well, you would think so. I mean, this is a pretty cool random event. Oh, no, this is not random. This is placed, which is why you would think the wand would probably be pretty powerful, or at least somewhat useful. And this isn't too bad. So basically, okay, that's not great. We got like 7 kind of regular demons and then a big one. So pretty good. I would say definitely don't get grouped up. Let's try to like stay somewhat spread out. Let's go ahead and do course. And trying to stay spread out here. Let's go ahead and do slow. Protection might be the better play, but I think let's go slow. And I think that worked out great. Okay. So there's a few options here. We either can take down... Maybe Spolky has Demon Slayer, so let's go ahead and get into melee combat with that guy since he can cast magic. Although maybe all of these can cast some level of magic. I can't quite remember. The other guys can hold off the demon horde, and hopefully this will be sufficient. I'm not too worried about this, but you never know. This is quite a lot of demons, so definitely not something to take lightly. Ravage Spirit. You know, I don't think we've ever cast that spell. And it's a level 7 spell, so what exactly does that do? Okay, so it does a lot of damage against demons? Okay, so it's only a range of 4. We have plenty of mana. Let's go ahead and try this. Okay, I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, consistent damage, I suppose, would be the way to look at it. Let's go ahead and do Major Blessing. And then next time we'll do Protection. Yeah, so they can definitely cast magic for sure. Okay. I mean, that is just insane. Like, that's ridiculous. Oh man, you just gotta love this game. Like, it's just overcoming the difficulties of the early game is just so satisfying. Just it's really well designed. I feel like. Okay. And it doesn't really matter at this point. I think they're pretty much lost. I mean, I don't really know. Doesn't really matter. And might as well just do protection. Yeah, so Snizzo actually took a lot of damage. Let's get him invulnerability. And go ahead and do an ice bolt, I guess. I am curious what the wand is though, because again, I don't think you would have a really cool kind of event such as this without it being like a good item. So be interesting to see. Okay, so that was it, and let's see. I guess we'll just take it all, although. We actually can't. That kind of sucks, but I guess we're pretty used to that by this point, though. I wish the inventory space was bigger. I mean, 12 is plenty, but it, you know, a lot of that is taken up by items. Like, I don't, you know, rings are like, you know, you have that on your hand. It's kind of, you know, it takes up like 2 whole slots, but anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and use the orb. And I'm gonna go back to Blask and identify this stuff, and then we will go ahead and see what the wand is. But instead of doing that, instead of fast forwarding, there actually was another area with lava that we couldn't explore before. It was kind of this place. So again, I'm not saying we're gonna, you know, if there is a dungeon here, we probably won't do it because that's well, at least not in this episode. But at least, you know, we should probably try to explore it though. I suppose you could actually get down here without the orb. You know, you would just be taking a lot of damage, but you know, I'm sure it's possible to do. Ceiling too low. Okay, you actually, I guess, have to do this. Okay, there's a secret there. You have to do this just by walking because the ceiling is too low. Kind of sucks. Okay, okay, let's go ahead and land and save the game, and actually can probably give us protection. This might help negate some of the fire damage, perhaps. 9, that's not terrible. And there actually is a dungeon here. Okay, that's pretty neat. I guess we could take a look at the name, and you know, maybe we should do it, actually. Go ahead and clear it out. Well, maybe not. I think this is probably meant for later on, if I remember right. Yeah, okay, we're just gonna wait. Let's go ahead and see what... That's bad. Let's go ahead and see what the secret passage leads to. Because we can at least do that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not... I mean, maybe it is something we should do soon, but we're just gonna wait for now. Okay, I gotta do this again. I mean, we got so much food, like this doesn't even matter. We can just spam this without even really killing. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's like a place we should wait. Because I think you probably need like an item or something, and we might not have that. And then we have to go get the item, and it's just like, yeah. Not really what I was planning on doing this episode. Okay, I don't think there's actually anything here. That's interesting, but okay. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. And I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Blask, and we can identify some stuff. So I just see you guys there. Okay, so we identified the wand, and it turned out to be something called a prismatic wand. So it's very valuable, 3,000. You can use it 15 times, and it dispels spirit. So if we take a look at that spell, I don't know if we've actually ever used it before. It could be a mage spell, I suppose. Dispel... Okay, that might be a mage spell. Or not. Unless I'm blind. Dispel spirit. I don't... Okay, so it might not... It could be like a unique spell, I suppose, because I don't really see it here. I might have missed it, but that is probably something that we want to keep, because it could be pretty unique and possibly useful. Anyway, though, I'm going to go ahead and sell some stuff, and I'll see you guys back when we are up north near Bolga, and we can continue our exploration west. Okay, so we were basically at where we want to be. One thing that I wanted to do very quickly was actually use the orb to see if we can see what is here, because technically that's hidden. We can't really tell what that is, so I wanted to see if we can see that. 1, 2, and that's it. Okay. So just a waterfall. Okay. Okay, so what we actually wanted to do in this episode before we got completely distracted using this basically godlike power that we have now. Flying is just really cool. Like I mean it's when you think about what one of the best spells that mages can cast, I feel like flight is just like has to be near the top. Like obviously, you know, invisibility and stuff like that is really neat, but like flight, like that's just really useful. Anyway, so supposedly, if I recall correctly, they said there was like an alternative path that we could take. Maybe it's inside the town because I don't really see anything there, but or we could just actually go out the front gate. It's basically, they're being like sieged by giants, so if we go out the front gate, we might have to fight some giants, which wouldn't be like the end of the world, but because I don't quite remember where they said to go, but okay, let's just go out the front gate and see what happens. It's not that big of a deal. They might get kind of upset if we open this though. Okay. A guard runs up and stops you. What are you trying to do, you idiot? Let the giants in and kill us all? More guards run up, and you get shouted at a lot. Okay, so we will not be going out the front gate. That was a mistake. I'm trying to think. They said there was an alternative path. Pretty sure. Okay, I don't think this guy would know. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure that out, and when I do, I will get back to you guys. Okay, so there was, according to the, I guess he was the mayor of Morga, there was a northeast secret passage here. And let's go ahead and see what it says. This is a tiny secret passage, sloping down steeply to the east. It is far too small for a giant to fit down. Probably a fortunate thing. Yeah, I would say so. When you're being besieged by giants that want to kill you, it's pretty useful to... okay, that was... Oh, okay, we all on the outside now. Okay. I kind of wanted to just walk up and down just to kind of see if there was anything here.